Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Hello Word, the podcast where we dive into the fascinating world of English vocabulary. I'm your host, Alex, and today we're exploring a word that's all about being just right for the moment. Our word of the day is adequate. Adequate is an adjective that means good enough or sufficient for a specific purpose. It's used to describe something that meets the minimum requirements, but might not go beyond that. For example, you could say, the food at the restaurant was adequate for a quick meal, but it wasn't outstanding. It implies that something does the job, but it may not exceed expectations. Let's talk about a few synonyms for adequate. Words like sufficient, acceptable, and satisfactory carry a similar meaning. For instance, her performance on the project was satisfactory, so she passed the evaluation. Another example could be, the internet speed is sufficient for streaming movies, but not for gaming. On the flip side, we have antonyms that contrast with adequate, such as inadequate, insufficient, or unsuitable. For example, the heating in the room was inadequate, and we felt cold all night. Or, his explanation was insufficient to convince the audience. Now, let's think about how adequate could be used in everyday life. Imagine you're planning a road trip. You might say, we packed adequate snacks and drinks for the journey, so we won't need to stop too often. Or, if you're hosting a dinner, you could say, there are adequate plates and cutlery for everyone. Here are a couple more examples in sentences. The lighting in the study room is adequate for reading, but I prefer it a bit brighter. Another could be, her experience was adequate for the job, but she'll need further training to excel. To wrap up, adequate is a handy word to describe something that meets the needs of a situation without being overly impressive. It's perfect for situations where you want to convey that something is fine, but not extraordinary. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. If you enjoyed learning about adequate, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and leave us a review. Your support helps others discover the show. I'd also love to hear from you. Create your own sentence using adequate and share it in the comments. Until next time, keep expanding your vocabulary, and I'll see you soon on Hello Word.